Hello everybody, it's me again, James with Down to Stick. Nothing really new today. I'm just gonna demonstrate daily set of orders, I guess. So I've got a customer that bought, so I sell these on Etsy for 2 pieces. I can't remember the price exactly, but I think like $6, something like that. Anyway, so I got to make 6 of these. Then I've got this autism, and I've got these 2 versions here. One with the puzzle behind, one with the puzzle just in the lettering. They want 2 of these, and I've got them listed at 6 inches. Actually, they only want 1, but I always send 2. And I probably should list it that way because it's just how I do it. But anyway, so here's my 6 Tyranny. I just call these Tyranny decals. Got 6 of those at 5 inches, and I've got a couple of them in stock, but I'm just going to go ahead and run these anyway. I sell a lot of them, so. All right, and then I got my autisms here, and then next to it I've got these ribbons. I made these a while back, and I never printed any, so I want to add a couple of those. So I'll go ahead and throw those in with the order. And up here, now this normally I do a die cut version of this Raiderette, but I do not have purple. So I'm going to go ahead and just run it through the BN-20. I'm going to just print the purple and then cut it that way. Don't normally do that, but hey, why not, right? That machine does everything. Okay, so I've already got this file saved. And, well, let me just show you. Save as. I always save it as an EPS. Now, on this box here, you check all your boxes that are available. I always put mine at high resolution if it offers that. I notice normally when there's a raster image in the file, it'll ask for that. If it's all objects, it normally doesn't. Okay, go ahead and save that. Something else I wanted to check. Document color mode, it's RGB. I don't know if that makes a difference when I export it. I'm still learning that, but yeah, so. All right, next thing I do, go to my VersaWorks. That's an old order, we'll just get rid of that. And I'll add that into my QC because that's where I have all my custom settings. That's already set up for stickers, my QC, in case anybody's wondering. Now I've already loaded the material. Now see how that kind of looks blue? That's probably because of that RGB. So let's do a test here, okay? Let's get rid of that. Let's go to File, Color Mode, CMYK. We'll save it. And then we'll reload it into VersaWorks. I want to see if that made a difference. Yeah, see, still looks kind of almost bluish, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it as is. I do a lot of cowboy stickers, and the blue on that just does not look blue. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm slightly colorblind, so to me purples and blues look the same. Reds and oranges, I cannot tell the difference. And oh, there's another one. I don't know. Anyway, all right, so get media width. I always do that first. Now I used to do that when I would cut, and a viewer told me that might be why my cuts were off, so I stopped doing that when I cut. And it did seem to help, so thank you. All right, so make sure your crop mark is set. Now I don't mess with these up here, the margin marks, all that, unless I upload files individually and do a nest job. And over here in the cut controls, I got it set at print only, but I always check to make sure my cut contours are where they need to be. So I go to cut only for that, go back to print only, hit OK, and now I'm ready to print, okay? But I did some cuts yesterday, and my my cut was off just a tiny bit. So before I do this, I am going to go ahead and do a print and cut adjustment. We'll just see where it's at, because I haven't checked that for a while. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and check that, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, didn't set up my camera in time to actually watch it do the print, but the print and cuts are ready, so let's see how that turned out. Ooh, this knife is sharp. Alright, so that one looks like it's maybe got a little bit too much on the right. See, that's a weird thing, okay? So over here, everything looks good except a little bit on the right. Now on this side, I got a little bit too much on the left. So what do, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I don't even know. I've never had that problem. I'm gonna go ahead and run the job. I think it's okay. I'm gonna see how that turns out, and then I'll mess with these a little more. Okay, I think I may have figured out what the problem was. Let me just check this real quick. Okay, that looks perfect, okay? That one still has a little bit to the left. This side looks perfect. Now, before, on this one, there was only a little bit to the right, and this one had a lot on the left and the top. The reason that happened, so when you load your material down there, while the, oh shit, I always forget the name of these things. But my material wasn't loaded correctly, so it was actually kind of bunched up underneath that guard there. So when you load your material, make sure that your everything's loaded correctly. I've done that once before, I just didn't notice it this time. But yeah. So what to do here, okay? So I got a little bit too much on the left, maybe 0.01 on the top. Over here, this circle, I mean this square is perfect. So I'm gonna run the job as is, and then we'll check it, and then like I said before, if I need to, I'm gonna go ahead and run, or I'll play around with that a little bit more. Alright, so everything's looking good, the vinyl's all in the right place, and we'll come back to that. Now over here I've got a heat transfer job I'm doing. It's for a memorial piece for a miscarriage that happened, but I'll show you that when it comes out. Now while I'm waiting for that BN-20, I've got a large diamond plate job here. This is my We the People with the skull. I just call it skull flag, but sorry, I'm trying to adjust this camera here. But and sorry about those lines that the light leaves. So I've had to cut this job. Shit, this is my third attempt. I was cutting it in my my R series cutter over there, and I don't know why I use that, because it's 24 inches, so it fits in the Cameo. I just wasn't thinking like I don't like to use that machine any more than I have to, because that thing just does not do the overcuts worth of crap. But yeah, the Cameo, I like that because you can play with the settings a lot more. And anybody out there that uses Cricut, I've never used Cricut. I have a kind of a bad taste in my mouth towards it, I guess, just because the material I think is garbage. But that's why I don't use Cricut. I would like to. I mean, the needles, you know, I'll be at the store and I'll be looking at their like the blades they use and whatnot, and I mean, it looks like it's just really high quality, but I don't know. Sometimes I have to buy Cricut material because I can't find it for the silhouette, and or an Oracle, and I just don't like it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish weeding this while I'm waiting for that BN-20 job. Okay, there's that one, the diamond plate. Freaking looks really nice. I love it. Love that design. Love how it looks. Just a little spot right here, but no biggie. A lot of times when I cut these out and there's like extra diamond plate up here, instead of wasting it, oh, making another vinyl ball. I had one that was like probably 4 feet high. It was awesome. My wife thought it was gross, so I ended up throwing it away. But some of that scrap vinyl, like I put some underneath here on my BN-20. You know, just give it a little bit of look, a little bit of flair, whatever. But remember how in that on the computer it looked like the Raiders were kind of blue looking? Well, to me anyway. You see, everything got corrected there. Here's another example of that diamond plate here on my laminate roller. All right, everything's all done. Well, done printing. So we're gonna go ahead and take that off, throw some laminate, and I'm gonna show you. I keep talking about scrap, you know, when it comes to this. So I'm gonna show you an example of why that's useful. In case you don't know, anybody watching this, you got to have at least 2.5 inches from the crop mark to the edge of your vinyl. So I usually just kind of guess. I'll eyeball it down there. Okay. Sorry about the camera. I got one of them little tripods that has the really bendable legs. So I try to get it where the video's not all crooked and all that. But okay, so this is about 24 inches. So my laminate, yeah. So my laminate there's probably just enough to do this job, okay? Actually, I wasn't planning on that. Yeah, there actually is, but when I put it down, when I go to put it down, you know, and you fold your paper, cut it, whatever, part of that's going to be on the decals. I don't want that. So I've got, whenever I do my laminate, I got this box here. This is all laminate. Like say I do a piece here and there's like 4 or more inches on the end. Well, that's where these come from. So I save these. See, that's a really good piece. This is actually a matte finish wrap though. Well, this is from my vinyl wrapping. But a lot of these pieces in here are gonna fit, like this one here. Yeah, see that? So that one's barely enough for that strip. And when I say barely enough, the width, I mean, I have no room to play with there, so yeah. All right, so I'm gonna take these. Yeah, let's check this one. See that one. So that one's good on the autism right there. But that's what I do with my scrap. But I'm not gonna do it on this one. I just wanted to show you that. So let's get this one going. Now remember I said the vinyl or the laminate is barely the size I need, right? Let's go ahead and pull that and see. Where's my marker? Where's my marker? You know, I'm always buying markers, and then when I need them, I cannot find one of them to save my life. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put that there, and then I'll mark the laminate just a little bit inside the vinyl material. And when I say there, what I do is I line it up right with the laminate. And okay, see how you can see the laminate here, and so I'll line it up like that, and then I'll just pull it down just a bit, so you have about that much space there. And then over here, I'll mark it. See how that is just a little bit inside from the job, that little dot. So that's how I do that, in case anybody's wondering. Okay, now to cut this, so what I do, I'll line up my dot on the edge. Now see this piece of white here? Watch, I'll show you. So my dot and the edge of that white, I don't know if you can see through it, but down here there's a little gap. I just heard a really loud noise outside. Okay, so then I'll just slowly turn that. So now that line is straight with the laminate. What the hell that was out there? I'm always hearing wrecks outside. It's a pretty crappy area that I have my shop in. There's a lot of vehicle accidents outside. And I got in the habit of counting, I count sirens now when I hear them. Okay, let's see how this is gonna fit. So if I put that on like that, the Raiders is good, everything's good, okay? But when let me just show you. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it, because I really struggle with talking, thinking, and doing at the same time. So a lot of people like to peel back their paper and then fold it. I can't stand that method. So what I do is I peel it back like that. I'll peel the laminate back, and then I'll cut maybe 1/4 of an inch off of the paper. Now, make sure it's a clean cut, because if it tears, you're gonna have a hell of a time getting it off when you're laminating. Okay, then I just kind of bend it like so. And I'm gonna get it as close as I can to that radiator. Make sure it's straight on all the ends, and then just let it fall. And then I just do that. Okay. So you can kind of see through it, but I thought that the sticky part that I laid down was going to actually be touching the job, so that's good that it's not. Okay, next thing. Now I usually go from the back in. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm feeling crazy today. I'm going to go this way. I don't know why. I don't know why I just decided to do that. Alright, so I'm going to loosen it up just enough. See how loose that is? Okay, and then I take my laminate, fold it over. I actually might like going this direction better than what I usually do. But see how easy that comes off? Now, what in the hell is going on out there? Okay, and I pull it. And then I just slowly push it through. There. That actually worked out really nice. What I usually do is I'll feed it this way and the whole job's hanging down. But I actually like going this way, so that's the first time I've done it that way. You guys witnessed it. Yeah. Okay. So let's load this. Now I can't load it and film at the same time. Maybe? Let's see. I'll try to edit out all these parts where the camera's freaking everywhere too. Okay, so what I do is I lay it down like that. And then I push it through. Make sure it's through over here. Now, here's where I would really like to show you, but I might have to. Okay. So what I do is I put my fingers on the crop marks. Now I can't show you the other side because of where the camera's at. Put your finger on the crop mark and then push it all the way to the right. Okay. And then just pull it back just a tiny bit. But before you even do all that, when you're pushing down on that crop mark, move it around and you can actually feel your finger go inside where the cutting strip is, and that's where you need it to be. Okay, so hear me bumping it to the right. And then I just pull it back just a tiny bit. Okay, the reason I pull it back is because my machine was, when it would feed the job through, I'll show you. Let me do this first. Okay, then I push my guard over all the way, lock it. So the reason I move it over a little bit after I bump it up to the right, when my job would feed through this way and then spit it back out, it was getting hung up over here on something and just bunching up like crazy in there. It was awful. Okay. I'm just gonna leave the GoPro on instead of doing the screen record. VersaWorks. Yeah, see how that looks blue? That's crazy. Alright, and then go to cut only, and that's all I do. Go to cut only, but make sure return to origin after cut is selected. Hit OK. Print. Boom. Now since I have this up on the stand instead of like a table or something, I don't always do this, but I'll show you. I'll keep my hand back here. Pretty smart, huh? Moving parts. And when it feeds it back through, I just make sure it comes up over the roll there. Because if I don't, it's just gonna bow really bad, and I don't know if that, like maybe that pushes in on it and makes it cut wrong or something, I don't know. That radiator has a lot of small parts, so I'm gonna let that run and then we'll pull it out and check it when it's done. All right, looks like she's all done. Let's give it the old THRU. I just about cut my finger again. I love cutting my fingers, by the way. I mean, I don't really love it, I just do it a lot. Okay, so this Raiders one is the one I was mostly wondering about. Looks good. I mean, the cuts, I had no doubt that the machine was going to cut. But my concern was that if it was going to cut all these little fine line details. I forgot about this handle on this design. I was actually going to edit it myself for the die cut version, because those little holes I got there on the hilt, they're just really small. They're probably a nightmare to install. So looks good so far. I am noticing a little bit of I forgot to add a bleed, basically, so I'm noticing a little bit of white. A little bit of white on the edges. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this or not. Come on, that freaking nose. Overall, not too bad. It's got a nice glossy laminate on it. I mean, it's not bad. I guess it's okay. Yeah, I think we'll be okay to ship it. I just I wish I would have added that bleed, because see how you can kind of see the purple on the excess. So that machine definitely needs some adjustments. It's not off by much, but just enough to raise an issue. Oh, come on. Ah, shit. Okay, almost screwed that one up. Holy cow. Oh, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. So yeah, that little issue with the bleed, that's just something I'm not happy with. I had a viewer message me on the YouTube channel asking me about that, like how I do the bleeds and whatnot. And that's what I told him. I just add a bleed to everything. I just don't normally do this design this way, so I just forgot. But it's not bad. Okay, there's that one. I don't think I really have to show you the next one, because it'll be the same. Okay, so this one's weeded, this one's not. Now, I forgot to add the bleed on the Raider decal, so there's a little bit of white on, you know, on some of these areas. It's not the worst. I think it's still acceptable to ship. I forgot a little piece there. But yeah, so this autism decal, this one did have the bleed. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of black right here on this edge, and over here there's not. And then these ribbons, I had a black bleed on there. You can see where it's uneven on some. So I do got to adjust the machine. But overall, that's it. Add a bleed when you're doing BN-20 jobs. My camera's about to die, so I got to cut it short. But that's it. Any questions, let me know. If I missed something, let me know. If you have a question, thanks for watching.